We live. Time to go live. Time to go live. Time to represent. Sunset Park. What time is it?
I think too hard.
You remember that? Sunset Park, the movie. We waiting on y'all to come in here.
What is going on?
While I drink some afternoon coffee.
Evening coffee. It's evening now.
What's going on? Where are you
Watching from?
where you tuning in from? Where you tuning in from?
Oh, I'm slurping.
Where you tuning in
My
from?
bad.
Where you tuning in from? Drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat. Come on, chat.
Happy day. Happy Freedom Fuego Fiesta. Fantastic Freestyle Friday. Woo! What's going on, great people? Hey, Pennsylvania, Proud Army Mom. What's going on? Los
Army.
Angeles,
Shout out to the Army.
Sandra
Shout out
Marchand.
to the
What's
Army.
going on? AASNC, North Carolina. Okay.
The Colanas.
All across the globe. Let's
Come on,
go.
LA. Sandra from LA.
Hey, what's going on? Independent Free Thinker
Outlaw.
Outlaw.
What's going on?
All parties.
What's on?
Okay.
Got the boot in the building.
Louisiana, what's
Louisiana.
up?
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go. What's up, y'all?
Monique from LA.
Hey.
LA.
Y'all know we got
It's always
lots to talk about.
People always think when they think of persons in LA that they got the same LA mindset. That's a small group of people. That's a group of people that had that mindset. But as soon as you,
Who thinks that?
because when you're in LA, you think everybody got the woke mindset. You be thinking, and then which is not true. You have a lot of people that are in supportive on the conservative side, or you have people that aren't even on the conservative side. They're supporters of Trump, but they stay in the middle, but they support Trump. Monique from LA, we got.
Who are these people?
And as an Antoka, Tennessee, Deborah, we got Cashville 615. Every time I hear Cashville, I think of Young Buck.
Oh, what's going on? Kuwait, how you doing, Alonzo?
Ohio.
Let's go. Kuwait in the building. Okay.
Kuwait. What time is it in Kuwait? Kuwait probably. It's
Culver City, California. What's
Culver
up?
City. Culver City, close. Let's go. Drop it in here. Drop it down there. Y'all know we were in Riverside County. Oh, man, I'm fumbling like Biden. I'm fumbling like Biden. Where y'all at? Yes, I went to school. Okay, she went to school with old Buck.
Let's go.
Let's go. Where y'all at?
Okay, y'all great people. We're gonna tap in because he's gonna ask this question for the next 20 minutes. How about that?
You jealous? Like I always say.
Give him a few more minutes to come in. But man, what a debate. What a debate, guys.
The world is, we are in the beginning.
Thank you, Trucker. Of 2022. We appreciate you. We appreciate
Thank you, Trucker. Thank you for the rabbit dance. If this was like a TikTok NPC, you'd be like, oh, thank you for the rabbit dance. The roses. Thank you, Trucker. I appreciate that. Yes, we moved to Memphis in the 8th grade.
He moved to Memphis in 8th grade.
He moved to Memphis. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, Shaz. Hey, how you doing? Thank you.
Love you too.
Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and tap in.
Come on, tap in.
We're gonna get in. Y'all,
I feel like it's gonna be a lot of people on this live tonight.
The debate was crazy. I mean, it really showed us what we already knew. Okay. Those of us who are not walking in delusions, who see the truth for what it is and can accept it.
Yeah.
He has had a long run in government, not just in the presidential seat.
Yeah.
He really has. He has been in government his whole life. That's what he wanted to do in life. Okay. But it is time for him to give it up. It's time for him to go ahead and release it. I don't even know why his folks did him that way. I really don't. I mean, I feel like
Colton, you right up the road. Colton,
I feel like he, I don't know. I guess he wanted to show that he still had it, that he still could hang. But it just showed. Showed.
Let it from the top. What you're talking about this particular topic, because I got 3 different topics on this.
I'm just talking about the whole debate in general.
Okay, so we're talking about
just talking about the debate and how Biden pretty much. I'm just getting started. I'm just talking about how it showed where he really is functionality wise.
Okay.
We can't ignore that. We can't ignore the fact that he has declined significantly.
Okay.
And to put another 4 years of pressure on his brain that's already slowed down significantly is torture.
It's
torture.
I'm gonna say this. When I sit there and shout out to Itty Bitty Diggity. Welcome to the buddy group. Thank you for being a member.
Yay, thank you.
I was gonna say, looking at when I first saw the debate came on, right? We were sitting there because we were, I think, were we eating at the time? Like when we first started, like we eating.
Yes.
Stuff. So you know how you set up, you like, okay, I can't wait to see this. We already knew when I'm looking at the debate, I already knew the two candidates. I already knew this was going to be kind of like a bloodbath. I already knew that this was going to be embarrassing. We hadn't seen Joe Biden in like a week. Nobody had seen him. They had put him in the hyperbaric chamber so that he could or they put him in the chamber so that they can put the knowledge in his head or whatever. So teach him how to speak, teach him how to run, give him the Rocky effect. Well, you know how Rocky used to run up the steps and stuff like that with a headband on.
That's truly not
They
him.
were trying to get that man ready for a debate. And when I saw that debate, and as soon as he started talking, I said, it's not going to go good for him. It's not going to go good for him. And I'm going to say within the debate on both sides has some things that I wouldn't.
Let's go one thing at a time.
Okay.
We're only talking about the very beginning and how he looked overall.
So how he looked overall, he looked like a person that I would go visit in the dementia house at a senior home where they got to keep the doors locked and they can't let you out. That's how he looked to me. He looked not a person that's supposed to be the leader of this country. I cannot see it when it blows my mind every time I sit there and I look at him talking, moving, holding his hands. And then everything about that said, this is a person that does not supposed to be sitting here on this stage. This is not a person. This is the person that does not supposed to be on this stage. Look at him. He didn't have to say a word. His posture, his movements. I swear somebody was talking to him in his ear. But go ahead.
Thank you, Jennifer, for the super chat. Jennifer 615, appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Cashville
2024. Let's go. Yes, I absolutely love it. And it is. And that's what, really, I kind of felt sorry for him in a way that it made me feel like, why is he putting himself through this? Why doesn't he just say, I'm done? Why doesn't he just say, I'm done? Because the decline is just so significant. It's embarrassing. And to be a man and to be in power and of leadership, you ought to want to feel strong and stand up with your backbone and be encouraged to do a great job. And even though that may be what you want to do, you need to have enough oomph and gumph and balls about yourself to say, I have done my due diligence.
I fought a good fight.
Time is up. Let me pass the baton. Okay, that's all I got to say on that. So let's compare. Can
I tap into that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I tap into that? So I don't believe. So I'm gonna say this. I don't believe it's Joe Biden's fault. I believe it's his wife's fault and his team's
advisors,
fault.
Yeah,
because they keep trying to. I believe that man is ready to sit down, but he's being provoked.
Hey, Natalie.
It's provoking him enough to where he get a little bit inkling of pride to say, "Let me go ahead and try it." So I blame his team. I blame the people around him. Obviously, your care for him is very thin. If you see this man is on a state that need to be where he need to be in a wheelchair in a home, and you keep trying to push him because y'all got some more. I believe
we got neighbors, baby.
I'm sorry.
We got neighbors.
But I believe that they still have some policies and things they want to put in place. That's the only reason why they're pushing this so hard to hope they can get him in there.
Signature. That's about it.
Yes,
all they can do is get his signature.
We can have Bernie's.
We can only get his signature.
We can have Bernie's, baby. Grab my hand.
Grab my hand. Right. Now, okay, side note. Did y'all see it was a TikTok or maybe it was a YouTube video where it was a lady who rolled her cousin in deceased at the bank?
No, we're not going to go into other topics.
I'm just saying that's a comparison.
Thank you, Maloney, for the super chat.
Thank you, Melanie.
I'm sorry. I'm terrible.
I'm bad with that. I'm just comparing that situation to the state of where Joe Biden is, like making decisions alone. Absolutely not. Now let's go ahead and switch to Trump. Completely different. And what the age difference? The age difference is just 3 years.
It's just a 3-year difference.
3 years. And Trump runs circles around him. So they didn't have a chance to prepare anything on paper.
They didn't.
Cap. That's excuse me. That's what some of the news broadcasters were just saying that I watched today, that they didn't have an opportunity to prepare anything, so they were just coming up there supposedly freestyling.
Sense.
So
why Biden kept looking down, because they were talking to him.
I thought I saw him writing some things, so maybe he was writing some things down for his notes. But I did see him look down and kind of scribble a couple of times. But flip side, you go over to the Trump side, he is standing tall, fortified, and saying, his words and everything, just like, and he gonna crack jokes. We all know he got jokes.
And Melanie, it was elder abuse. You should not have an elder out there doing that, trying to run the country. That's a big responsibility for somebody who just really need to be at the house monitoring the yard man cutting the grass.
Yes. I just feel like it's night and day, and it's just a 3-year difference, which lets you know that there has been a significant amount of decline when it comes to Joe Biden's brain and how things are functioning now, compared to a man that's just 3 years younger than him, who's today he was in Virginia doing he was doing an after debate speech talk. He gone to the next thing. It's like nothing.
Yeah, he kept going. They did. So Biden did. Was that today? I think that was today, where he did he did this other little pull up. I don't know where it was, in Virginia. I don't know where it was, but then he tries to go on and tell people that, hey, I might not be able to speak like I can and walk like I can. Well, you shouldn't be out there.
I mean, and that's the whole point.
You don't talk to us like you talk like you grandpapa and the kids. And you back in my day, no. We can't play around like that.
Want somebody who is going to show strength in our country as a leader. That's just the bottom line. So let's go ahead and tap in. Did you want to say anything else about that subject?
Yeah.
Before I get into the some of the key issues they were discussing.
Okay.
Because
I was gonna say, before we go into the key issues, who was that said that?
Right.
Diana said Diane said Obama was talking in his earpiece.
Right.
Somebody, I'm saying, before my wife go into these next topic, somebody was talking to that man, because when you would listen to him, when you look at him, you could tell certain things that he remembered. And then when it would be something that Trump hit him with a zinger, then they would be like, da, 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 da. He'll look down, he'll go down, he'll look down, he'll stay down for a couple minutes so he can get the download in his ear. Because we know he wasn't getting the download from God. Somebody was talking to him from the back office. And then he'll try to come in with that surprise turd face with a backup.
Well, we're not going to talk about the reboots that he had, because he had some reboots up in there.
Joy, how did he go from to we got to get rid of Medicare?
Froze. I'm like, froze. And he just paused. We're going to get into that. But it was just like, okay, I said over here, y'all, reboot, Joe, reboot. Come on. It's got to reboot. Okay, so let's get into some of these issues. Now,
it's embarrassing.
The first thing I remember Trump was talking about in regards to a big issue was the COVID situation.
Okay.
Now, how do y'all feel about the way, he addressed it? Because there's been, a lot of criticism on both sides.
Yeah.
Many people criticize Trump for his responses. And also, of course, Biden has been criticized, and we now can see the true decline and how he really moves. So, Trump, said that he got us out of this mess with COVID. And I didn't go back and do like a whole bunch of research for each key subject, because it was a lot, but I just wrote down some of the issues and things that we can discuss.
Yeah.
I just remember before we came over to the right side, how I felt about the way he was handling it. Now, in regards to financially, that was a relief, because the government was shutting us down.
Yeah.
People had to go. They were mandating the you know what, and people, it was absolutely crazy. We're not going to go down that soapbox.
No, let's not.
But how you feel like he overall handled the situation, initially, because that was his first major, country, major issue that he had in office. And that was like a major shutdown. Here you go from not being in politics to coming into politics, and you're having to take the leadership of the person who is over the CDC, and that's telling you something. We know what happened afterwards.
Let's keep it back.
But I'm just saying, that I am. So what I'm saying is, how do you feel about how he truly overall handled the situation?
Well, I think you're talking about the debate or how he handled.
No, this was part of the debate. This was one of the first issues that was discussed.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't want to go back to the whole part of it.
He says he got us out of a mess. Do y'all feel like he did that? I didn't go back, and I just said I didn't go back and look at the facts. It's a lot of information you got to dig up to go back and really find the facts. And I didn't just want to go rely on certain news sources. I really want to go and check out some peer review articles, but I didn't have time for that. So
I think
how do you feel he handled it?
I think he took us. So in the beginning, he was bucking on it. And, most people at the time, y'all know we weren't supporting Trump back then. And most people that were taken to how he was handling it were more attracted to how he was handling it. But then it got to be more so probably maybe to the end of his term. I think it was really close to the end of the term where I don't know what happened from saying, forget this mask to we should do I don't know.
I think it was the pressure.
It was some information in there. I don't think it was the pressure only. I think it was because most of the people that were at the time that were MAGA Republicans at the time were against it. So pressure from who?
I guess, but it was still a whole half a party over there that still played a part, and they were the ones that was trying to make sure that the mandates and all this stuff was going on. And then people didn't know what to believe. You got half of the country that's like, or more than half that's like, is this for real? And then the other half like, yeah, this for real. You need to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to do this. So I mean, it was tough.
So anyway, I don't know. I think that's one of those old ones. I think that's one of those ones most people are willing to to make sure that we have a republic. People are willing to look over that. But I want to say in the debate.
So the next
that was to me in this situation between both parties. That was a nasty situation. That's going to be impossible for anybody to get involved. That's what I'm gonna say on that.
Yeah,
one.
I just feel like he did a great job when it came to the relief factor and really trying to let people know what it was really all about at first. But at the same time, he didn't know.
But the problem was about the CV thing, blah blah blah, was the fact of how many people had to lose their jobs and all the things that happened with their force, because that stuff hit home to me also. So that was a topic that was how they handle it was bad. They shouldn't have forced people to do stuff. And I felt like I told you when that went on, I felt like that was the early phase of let's test the people to force them to do what we really want them to do in the bigger agenda.
Okay. So thank you, Melanie.
Thank you, Melanie. It was Fauci. We know. Yeah. Fauci in trouble for that. They told Fauci, they came on and said, man, you gotta go ahead and get ready to take the fall for this after everything's over.
Yeah, we're not going down that rainbow trout. We're not going down that rabbit hole was what I was about to say, y'all. Okay, next issue. Taxes.
Okay.
So we do know that it was the largest tax credit in history. That's what he said when it came to taxes.
On who Trump said.
Yes.
Everybody got blessed off the tax side of it. Everybody, it blessed
especially major corporations. Yeah. So how do you guys feel about major corporations having more of a tax break than citizens?
I don't think we should. I don't want to go into all in deep dive into every bit of the policies.
I want to ask questions to hear what people felt, because we the people are looking at the debate, and it's just.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all want the details, or do y'all want to have a conversation?
That's what we're doing.
No, I'm just wondering.
I don't have the details, babe.
No, I know. I'm saying
I'm asking questions about each topic, because you're just gonna sit up here and give opinions and all day, and
I
don't want to hear all that.
I said we're gonna talk.
Yeah, we are talking, and that's what I'm talking about. Look, we want to sit up here and talk about.
We got a little organized now. You're arguing with me.
We're gonna talk about the same nothingness for 50 minutes. No, thank you. So carrying on.
Come on with your
taxes.
with your boringness. Come on, everybody. Everybody, go ahead and drop your Z's.
Carrying on with the taxes. No, I'm just saying this is what the whole debate. What else do you have? What do you want to talk about? That's what we're talking about.
Breaking down the policies is not what I wanted to have this conversation with the people.
We're not breaking down the policies. We're talking about the things that they talked about and how well they gave the answers based off of the answers. There's nothing else to really talk about the debate.
This is why I'm single.
I'm
Tucker
just saying.
Trust said, you two behave now.
No, this is us, y'all. But for real.
No, that's her.
No, this is us. For real. Well, maybe it is me. I'm fine with it. I'm a factual person. You telling me your opinions about things doesn't really matter.
I want seeds in my fruit. I want reliable resources and affordable living for taken care of. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
I totally agree. I totally agree, Jennifer. I totally agree.
Let's go. So in regards to taxes, because these are some of the things that they were talking about. And then earlier I said, put in the chat some guys, things that, you want to discuss and how you felt about the debate. Girl. How you felt about the debate. Because that's the whole thing. To me, that's the whole point of the reason why I wanted to go live and discuss the debate, not just to get up here and criticize and talk about Trump and Biden and what they did and how they didn't do anything. That's pointless to me. It's a waste of time.
So I'm gonna say this: when it comes to the taxes, we need tax breaks, and I'm not for what Joe Biden says. I'm not for that we need to tax everybody like this so we can do it this way. No, if a man is a businessman and you make money in your business and you learn how the laws, you have a good accountant and you know how to not blow all your money in the taxes, then kudos to you. That's a smart man. That's a smart person.
Well, they said
so that's why I tell everyone, if you're getting smacked with taxes, you might need to go start your business or something that you like to do, and then that's going to help you a lot. Starting a business.
Hey Dana, right, girl, right.
Because if you work your 9 to 5, of course they're going to tax. That's where all the taxes come from. The 9 to 5, they don't come from the businesses. They taxing from the workers.
Okay, so let's pause it. So what did you want to say about the debate?
What you want to say? What you want to say about?
No, you said you want to talk about it. So let's hear what you got to talk about.
That's what we are talking about.
Okay, what are we talking about? What you got to say? My point exactly.
We're talking about the debate.
Okay, what you want to say? What else you got to say about it? Because we've already gotten on Joe and Biden initially. So what else you got, babe?
All right, go on with your little questions.
I don't have my little questions.
Go on with your thin little questions.
My questions ain't thin. Okay. Now, the abortion topic is a very, very big topic. We know in our hey John, what's going on, John? In our country. It was a lot about the Roe versus Wade. What are your stances on it if you want to share? I do like the fact that it has been given over to the states and let the states decide. And my stance on it truly now is that's between the woman and God. That's just how I feel.
With the Roe versus Wade and abortion.
Yeah. But some of the things that he's saying was pretty factual. However, Biden said it was the opposite. The thing that I didn't like is they both were saying, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, you're a liar, But nevertheless, what do you, how do you feel about that?
Roe versus Wade is, so I agree with Trump on this. I'm not even gonna lie to you because we're too far. I think we've gone so far in this country and we have unalived so many babies in this country that we're too far to say, no matter even the overturn, we've too far. Too many lives are gone that could have been here. So I think now we're at a point to where Trump says, I agree with Trump. He said, okay, you need to go ahead and just let the state decide because you mandated it from the top level. It's just going to stir more stuff up and it's just people going to want to do it more. So you let the state decide on that because we're too far. It's too past tense. That's just like saying, Louisiana put the 10 commandments in school. I think that was great. But as far as where we are, I'm going to say for people who are believers, we're already too late. But it may help some, but I think we're a little bit too late on our biblical time map. I don't
think we're too late.
I think we're too. Let's
stay on the facts. We can come back to that.
I want you to get smoked out in this conversation right here.
No, we can come back to that.
Okay.
We on the abortion thing, but put that down so we can't talk about that.
I'm tell y'all, debating is a normal thing in our house. So y'all don't think that we argue. We debate.
We have optimists
regularly,
and then we have pessimists. So, but of course, in any relationship and marriage, you're not going to agree, and I don't want somebody that's going to always agree with me anyway. We want to have a great to be able to have a conversation.
Correction, I'm a realist.
I'm a realist too.
I see for the forest. I see the forest from the trees.
Whatever. Okay, but I like Trump's stance on that and the way I feel too.
John said, I watched the presidential debate last night between Trump and broccoli.
Okay. The veterans stance, like where were you? Some of the stances, I must say, I didn't hear like solid answer to a particular question.
And Noah, no, I'm 100% for faith in school, but do I think it's going to change the climate of what America has set itself in? How we abolished it so long ago? How the children that could have gotten this knowledge on God that didn't get it from their household could have gotten into schools already? How long have they taken God out of schools? It's been shoot, I was a kid when they did that. So yes, that's good, but really all it does is just gonna stir up a bunch of conflict between a person who's a Muslim or a person who's an atheist. But I mean, yeah, it's good they can try, but do I think that will turn God's eye? I don't know. I just know we're pretty far on the biblical timeline. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's fine. And I'm just gonna say, since we're here, hey Natalie, thank you.
Hey Natalie, welcome.
I was gonna say, on that note, I feel like it should be fair across the board. If you're gonna have one ideology and push one thing about children's sexuality and encourage certain things in the school systems in regards to transgender, then you need to have the opportunity for other people to say, okay, well, if this is what I believe and feel, then I want to add this as well as an elective or whatever. I just think it should be fair across the board. Okay. So I talked about veterans.
And Trump did. I think he made the best choice on Roe versus Wade. I did. I don't think you could have made a better choice on the Roe versus Wade topic.
Okay, so we're moving on to the veterans.
Yes.
So, but in regards to the veterans, I'm not quite sure what was established there. What about you?
Well, because they went back and forth, and I know now. Listen. Trump has the biggest support on the veteran side.
That I'm aware of.
So he talks to the veterans, and the veterans talk to him. Do I think that Biden has the respect of the veterans like Trump does? Absolutely not. So you're going to hear the stuff that out of touch Joe Biden does not hear. Trump is going to hear consistently. You got more veterans and more service people that are looking towards Trump versus looking towards Biden. So when you look towards a person, you hear people's cries, you hear people's feeling how they feel. I think Joe Biden just, somebody talks to him in his ear, but I don't think he has the support of the veterans like Trump does. And that's what I keep seeing. I've been seeing that since Trump ran. Okay.
Now the situation in regards to Israel, we know what Trump did when he was in office. So how did Biden, based off of what's going on right now, how did Biden handle the situation?
What
in regards to Israel? Because I have that on here, but I don't know what the answer was. It was like a lot.
We need to get out of it. We need to be out of it. I'm still for what Trump said. I know he said we need to step away, and then what that did was it stepped up the whole argument of do you know why we have NATO and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and went into that conversation. But if we stepped out of it, which means that means we pretty much have stepped back from NATO, then they would deal with them over there and we would be out of the situation. But the more we keep involving ourselves, the deeper we keep on going in that, the more money keeps getting sent over there. So I don't agree. And I believe that a lot of spark between China and Russia with a lot of stuff. And this, I'm glad you actually talk about that, because I feel like that's how I believe China and Russia have been waiting for an opportunity to get to strike at us directly. I'm not talking about just strike at you, just, we over in Russia fighting, and we fighting over in somebody's country. I mean, literally, you just saw your neighbor's house blow up. I believe they've been waiting for those opportunities. And that's why we're supposed to keep ourselves out of certain things.
Well, I truly feel like we are much closer to a World War III now since we've, Biden has been in office. I felt like when Trump was in office, he was the negotiator. He was really making it where, and we don't know all the details specifically, but we know we didn't have these level threat of where we are right now. I just don't, it wasn't there. Yeah. It wasn't there. He was the one he's a deal maker. He set the precedents and things were in order.
Okay.
Now Janky Joe has been in office. It's just completely flipped.
Because I feel like Joe's biggest agenda that we see on the outside. We don't know what's going on in white. We don't know what's being signed. We don't know what kind of conversation they truly have. But what it looks like on the outside is his agenda. What I see a big part of why he jumps in a lot of stuff, because there's some kind of payout on the back end. He get back in jumping up in the, on that side.
I feel you, Sal.
And that's my concern, because when you have too much personal interest in there so that your family can be straightened, you not caring about the country, wars get started.
Yeah.
Wars get started. And I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned. And I wanted to know, just in inclusion, I want y'all to be concerned too, because like I said before, we can't, it's one thing dealing with one country and with a fight, but two countries, that's like that's a superpower going against us. We're the greatest. Of course, we're the greatest country in the world and we have weapons, but we can't handle that combination. We can't. This country can't handle that combination. So that's what scares me the most. That's what makes me, I'm gonna say not scared. That makes me want to hear more from God, more and more. The closer it get, it really makes you open your eyes to God. Like, all right, what's going on here? What are we doing?
So it makes you want to tighten up your relationship with him,
because how can you? Because I noticed that God won't speak to you. He don't speak to you if you don't engage with him. It's just like your biological father. You ain't had nothing to do and you don't talk to him. He ain't gonna talk to you.
Okay.
So I think it makes me want to hear more, because the more and more y'all see all this calamity and stuff that's coming, we still ain't seen it. We just seeing stuff. I told y'all last year, man, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay, so I just wanted to know, they talked about a democracy versus republic. So what, let me see in the comment sections, what you would rather have, a democracy or a republic. So I'm just going to give the definition. So
I messed up with that. And now,
according to dictionary.com,
go ahead.
A democracy is government by the people, a form of government in which the supreme power is vested in the people and exercised directly by them or by their elected agents under a free electoral system.
Because somebody corrected me on that. They said Margot said republic. They say when we say under a republic in which it stands, they didn't say anything about a democracy in which it stands. And I corrected. I always thought that we were a democracy. No, you want to be a republic.
Okay.
On a republic. So it's a republic. But I'm gonna say this too.
Means.
But now we're not gonna roll into the because somebody just said they want to talk about, to make sure we talk about the topics that they want to hear, not the topics that just want to give.
Right.
So well,
I'm
gonna say this.
Put in the chat about what you want to. These are the topics that were discussed in the debate.
I want to say now I'm moving forward with the conversation is
with your side of the conversation.
The next thing would be Gavin.
Go ahead and finish talking about Gavin, but I got some other things I want to talk about that's important as well. That's the whole point of the debate. Okay, talk about Gavin.
Gavin Newsom. That's what's keeps coming back. That although everybody is aware that Biden can't keep trying to run the country, and neither can he run the country for another 4 years and try to be like, he's going to run the country successfully at 86 years old. It's just not going to happen. But what's been the fear that he might not make it to this point. And it's not just, and it's more and more coming into fruition that it's not just a simple fact of what people think. It's more and more, stuff is starting to come out there that he's not healthy enough and cognitive enough. We all see it, but it's coming out that reports are coming out that he can't do it. So with that being said, Gavin I haven't seen Gavin pop up on the scene in a while. He usually would be live on stuff and you see him stuff pop up. This man is in preparation of getting headed to the White House. Joe Biden is going to step out and Gavin's going to step in with Kamala. And all your leftist people, all the people that are on their woke side, leftist side, are going to fight their darndest to make sure that force will be what the next years look like. So we have to pray that doesn't happen. I told y'all before, we live in California. You do not want Gavin to run it. You do not want the takeover, the Gavin takeover. You don't. You don't want the Gavin takeover. You don't. You want Trump. You want Trump. You don't want Gavin. A republic.
Okay. Before I was rudely interrupted, that was going to be at the very end, but Debo wanted to Debo. Okay. So it sounds like to me they're similar, but they're a little different in regards to what a republic is in comparison to a democracy. Dictionary.com says a republic is a state in which the heart of government is not a monarch or other hereditary head of state. A state in which the supreme power rests in the body of citizens entitled to vote and is exercised by representatives chosen directly or indirectly by them. They sound very similar, but it says here a form of government in which the people or their elected representatives possesses the supreme power. So you still have a more of an opportunity to have more say versus I feel like in electing versus in a democracy. So I get it. Okay.
Because what's the definition? What's the true definition of democracy? What is the because democracy is supposed to be said by the people, but the republic defines it as what?
I just read democracy, babe. Where were you? We got to add.
No, you got to add.
Okay. Anyway, so I mean, I see the difference.
Okay.
Yeah, I see the difference. Okay, so what else do you want to talk about?
And I was going to also bring up, so I kind of talked about it to a degree with, and I'm kind of deep in the conversation. It's just going to go back in the conversation that I was having. Go ahead. Bring up, so I'll back you. Go ahead.
Oh, Ukraine and Russia. That's one of the biggest topics.
Ukraine and Russia.
That's one of the biggest topics.
That's our fault. That's America's fault. Not America's fault. We like what you're doing. Why are y'all doing this? That's Biden's fault. That is Biden's fault and Biden's team's fault. Trump, I don't believe would ever dish off that money to bless them. What scares me the most about the Ukraine situation? That I believe in a time of real war that we will face on our homeland, I believe Ukraine would turn their back, shoot us with the same weapons that we gave them. It'll be stuff to shot over here that got USA on it.
The way this whole situation went down with the Ukraine and Russia, I just feel like Trump would have been completely opposite of the situation. At least him and Vladimir were on terms where they were able to discuss, negotiate, and come to some type of agreement on how they were going to move. Now we have been declared an enemy.
Yeah, we're an enemy.
We have been declared an enemy. And I'm like, why is Biden testing it? Who's telling him what to do? I mean, because clearly he's not making the decision himself. But this is just absolutely insane.
You know what I pray? What I pray does not happen. I pray that somebody...
We don't want to go to doom and gloom now.
No, but I'm going to talk about it. I pray that nobody drops something and say, we didn't do it. And then there's America to say, you did it. And they be like, okay, are you saying we did it? So let's go at it. Because they're looking for provoking. They're looking to be provoked so that they can do something. They've been itching. They've been itching to come at us.
Well, I just know that he's put us in a worse position that we could possibly be in. And I like what Trump said. Trump is going to tell you the truth, whether you want to hear it or not. And the way he's going to say it, he's not going to be sugarcoating it. You ain't going to feel good about it. But nevertheless, he's giving you the facts. He said, we are closer to World War III than you think, than we have ever been. And Joe was sitting up there lying. Just like, oh no, and that's what I didn't like.
Oh, that was
it was I didn't like that. From stuff that we know that we've already read and we've seen that Trump, did, and things that we know him to have done when he was in office. Joe was saying that, oh no, that's a lie, and no, I mean, but don't sell the people all these hoe cakes, these zooms and zang zangs.
What you call them? What kind of cakes?
Hoe cakes. Don't do it, because we know good and well significantly the stuff has changed.
No, it's completely changed. And I think Biden just says what he says. I believe when he starts saying stuff that's lie, he has stepped away from his cards or his note cards or what he was supposed to say, and he starts just going into whatever he can kind of relate with, like the whole thing about what is it? His uncle was kidnapped by cannibals and eaten or something like that in war. So just making all kind of stuff up. But I do feel like both parties will get will start fluctuating certain things. But what I do like about Trump on that one, he came more strong. He gonna roast a person a little bit, but it was more so he was given direct information versus just trying to attack the opponent, like kind of like on the old ones. But I think he did a good job. But I do think that Trump he should make sure he does not dodge questions with the J6 stuff. Don't let it even take long for him to answer that. Go ahead and answer that quickly. He did answer it, but it took him to be asked a couple times before he could say what it was and why he wasn't a part of that of the Capitol being attacked. So I think the things that the left wants to get on that, the things that the left wants to attack him on, I think
Ukraine and Russia.
No, I'm sorry. The things that the left wants to attack him on, that's the stuff that he needs to go first, so he can just go ahead and quench out that fire with them immediately. But Ukraine and Russia, going back to Ukraine and Russia, we should have never been in that. We should have never been giving them that much money to go in and be bitten back by them, because they are going to bite us back. They are going to bite us for what we gave them. They live in a dream over there with the money that Joe Biden gave them, not us. The American people didn't give them jack. Joe Biden gave them that.
Yeah. Okay. And we know about January 6th, what actually went down there. It's footage and tape. And that's what another thing I didn't like is when we have actual footage to show how it all went down, exactly what Trump said, peacefully and lawfully. Yet Nancy Pelosi had the opportunity to get the troops involved, and she didn't do anything. She declined. So, but yet he wants to give an opposite view of what happened. And that's what I don't like. It's like when you see it right here in your face, this is what it is. Why are you lying and saying it's not what it is when people can go and see it themselves? The proof is there.
Proof is there.
Look at the videos.
What Trump had. Really believe Uncle was eaten by cannibals. So
January 6th, okay, I feel like that's going to be one thing they're gonna twist and continue to lie about over Trump is the January 6th thing. But no matter what,
that's only two things, Joy. That's the only two things the left has. That's the only things they talk about is J6 and criminal conviction. Y'all, do you know how many blowouts we be having with people about these topics?
Who? No, we don't have blowouts. We just have people that don't agree with us.
Blowouts.
Okay.
People don't agree with us on our beliefs,
and that's okay.
But the thing is, people don't agree with us on our beliefs, and then they'll go, and then it's there in your face. I have a problem with things being right in your face, and you want to see like it's not there. I have a problem with delusional thinking. I do. It just burns me to the core when people clearly see how this man is up
but
here,
it's not
and
just
they
them.
clearly want to look over.
It's thousands and thousands of other people that still have it in their mind that he actually can be the president in the next term, that he's actually going to be fortified enough to maintain another 4 years. Now, how insane is that?
And also, how do you pronounce that, Joy? Is that Galia?
Galia? Yeah, it could be.
Galia. If that's how you pronounce it, I think I'm saying it right. It says, what about the money we gave to Israel? We shouldn't have been over there. Shouldn't have been over there. It's not our war. It's not our fight.
And that is one of the things that, I don't know who mentioned this, which news broadcaster or what other person they said. It was like, we need to be focused on the issues that we have in our country.
Correct.
Our money needs to be, especially if it's something that we don't even need to be involved in. That's been one of the biggest problems that we've had in our country, is that we're putting our nose in other people's businesses, when it really shouldn't have been. I know NATO is still based off of an ally system, but still, nevertheless, how long do you continue to try to bail out situations and get involved in things that don't need to concern you? There may be instances where there are things that the USA needs to be involved in, but that situation ain't one of them.
I feel like NATO is kind of one of those things to where that's like your brother, not your brother, but I'm saying that's like a brother. Let's say I'm using this as countries. Your brother go out and he get into a fight with somebody else. Not only has your brother got you where you can get jumped, but he also got it to where your mama get hurt because you're supposed to be your brother's keeper. That's what it feels like when I think about NATO. But like, no, but sometimes we got to step back. Well, we can't risk mama getting hurt. We can't risk mama getting hurt for
run to the rescue of everybody.
I didn't do that. My brother chose. He made his own choice. My mama shouldn't get hurt from what the choice my brother did, and that's the problem I have with NATO.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, and the last thing that I have, and then we can move back around to who you think we're going to bring in, because that was the last topic that I wanted to discuss, is climate control. I like how Trump answered the question. They said that he avoided the question, but I feel like he answered it based off how he felt about it. He's not a big supporter of climate control. That's why he said, I do want clean air. I like that. Yeah. But in support of it, how some of these environmentalists, I mean, please, you got environmentalists out here that say it's not even a real thing. Some of the stuff that they got going on.
And the stuff, I'm glad he did address that and saying, what we want clean air, clean energy.
And some of the things that he did in regarding when he was in office, I just wanted to look it up because it said that he led the U.S. to become the #1 producer of oil in the world while maintaining America's position as the #1 natural gas producer. So that to me was his stance in regards to the climate control issue. He's not really studying all that. Yeah, he was against energy efficient cars because why? Can you imagine the whole state only having energy efficient cars? Please, you can't travel with those cars.
No, but that talk of the electric car thing has really fizzled.
I know, but but Gavin Newsom.
Yeah,
was trying.
It's real, but the purge master, you got to lead. You got to. But I just don't. I want Gavin to just be out of all political affairs, especially not running this country, especially not on a country run. But I'm telling y'all, if Joe Biden step back, they're not going to put Kamala first. They're going to put Gavin with Kamala.
Right.
They're going to pull him right on from over the West Coast and take him over there to the bird's nest.
Yep. So that was the biggest thing. Oil and the natural as being America's position as the #1 natural gas producer. And that's what Trump was saying. We had a lot of oil over here. Why are we going to other places to drill? It's just everything he did. I feel like Biden has came in and just, went opposite, and it has messed up so many things.
And I feel like because of Biden, how we're focused on getting, better gas prices and getting lower food at better costs, right? Because of Joe Biden, I feel like those are going to be the least of our worries. We want those things now because we don't have something greater in our face. But I feel like that gas and the food are going to kind of be our least of our worries.
I know, but still, the economy is one of the main things people are listening to. And I do feel like, overall, I feel like the debate, it just gave us a real eye-opening awakening to really see, how declined cognitively Joe really has, and don't his people should not try to force him to go further anymore. It's time to turn over get a baton away.
Brian Harkins said Gavin Newsom with Michelle Obama. As VP, I don't think Michelle's going in.
That's what they're saying.
I don't think Michelle's going to do it. I think it's going to be,
unless this is like one of those Trump cards they pull at the very end of the
when he come to switch and they had to talk with you, and then you just completely switch.
And all of a sudden she comes out of the hat like a rabbit, like a magic trick. However, I feel like Jill Biden
wants to run more than Michelle wants to run.
Who is she? What has she done? Zero.
Likewise.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like, I don't even know anything about anything she's done in office.
Who?
Jill
Biden. Why you think Joe Biden is still up in office? Jill trying to run for him.
But I will say, I feel like Trump.
She said, y'all, Joe did a good job. He finished all his speeches. I was like, oh my God.
I do feel like,
is this KinderCare?
Trump.
And this is the Christmas play?
I really feel like Trump could have responded better in some of his answers. I feel like he could have given more solidified responses. They had to bring him around a couple of times to land the question. My thing is, and I hope for the second debate, if Joe shows up and they say he gonna be ready, I feel like he needs to give the point first and then do his rhetoric after he's answered the question.
Yeah.
Then attack or whatever you want to do, but answer your stance on the issue and then go on.
I believe he'll do that on the next one with some roast. You know, he always gonna roast. When does anybody know when the next debate is set for? Because what are we 5 months out before the presidential race?
Right.
Yeah, anybody knows when the next debate? Because you already know what they're gonna do. They're gonna brief Biden on all his mistakes, and they're gonna try to bring him out stronger and so he can't mess up on anything he messed up on.
Please, that's so much pressure for the old man. I just feel like that's just too much.
They're gonna put about $600 worth of drugs in him to keep him running, keep his battery going. And they're gonna try to prep him and get him ready. But I feel like Trump needs to make sure, because they're gonna hit new topics, but they're gonna go back and hit some of the old topics of this debate that just passed, and he just needs to be able to answer them a little bit quicker, and so that they don't keep asking them the same questions, because they keep wanting to know what he's gonna do in them same two matters.
Thanks, Rick, for the $10 for the super chat. We're going to be walking on thin ice for the next 7 months.
Yes, we are.
Yes, and yes.
I'm still concerned because it's bigger than this. It's bigger than this. This is the stuff that we can see now, but not the stuff we can see in the future.
So,
next debate, September 20th.
Okay.
Appreciate that, Rick Atkins. September 20th is the next debate.
I'm sure Trump's team has had, some good conversation with him today about, the wins and some of the areas of improvement for the next debate. At least I hope they have. But I mean, overall, I was still happy, with how he carried himself and how he handled himself in the debate. I want him to land the answer, then do your rhetoric. Joe, I really felt sorry for him. I really did. I just can't believe he was put that, that they would put him through that. And then they're going to try to make him do another one. Oh my gosh. No wonder the man was stumbling, because his brain capacity cannot handle it. So for the next one, I wonder if he's going to even do it.
Yeah, he's going to do it. Who, Joe Biden?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Unless he, so I don't know why YouTube tried to hold a review. Yeah, I think Joe Biden was going to do it. And the only thing that's going to stop Joe Biden is his health, or his team is going to go ahead and somebody's going to make the call higher than Joe Biden, and they're going to have him pulled, because it was just asked of him, I think, on Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan was just saying they said that Joe Biden he's going to keep pursuing with the campaign. But I don't think he's going to be allowed. I don't think it's going to happen. I think something's going to happen right before that. They're going to pull him back. He can't handle 4 more years. That's too much. The man needs to be able to go home and watch the man that cut the grass and talk to his neighbors and drink sweet tea and iced tea and open up his hood of his Corvette and look at his car every day.
So we'll see who they're going to have for.
He's not even fit enough to tour a book, to do a book deal and tour. He's not fit enough to walk around.
Yeah, it does. And it surely hit him really, really fast.
Right.
It has. That's why he had to speak up for himself. That's what I'm wondering.
Vernon said it right. No donors, no campaign. That's what was talked about. We heard them say today. They said all the donors pull out of the campaign. It's over anyway.
Yeah,
that's
not.
It.
Yeah, they're
how you gonna run without no money?
They're not happy. They're not happy at all. I mean, why? We want somebody that's strong and that's ready.
Michelle ain't running. They're not gonna do 3 generations of Obama. They're not. Michelle, it ain't gonna be Michelle. Once it's gonna be Gavin. Gavin is the one that they're prepping. We ain't even seen Gavin on this side. For some reason, he just not showing up lately. So I think that he's already there, or they have been prepping him and they're getting him ready. They got White House services probably out at his house working with him regularly. They prepping that man. They prepping Gavin.
Yep. So him and Kamala.
Because I know many leftists that would crawl over Joe Biden to go with Gavin. They will crawl over Joe Biden to go with Gavin. They already supportive of Joe Biden, but Gavin, being a younger person,
well, he would be the select for the Democratic Party.
I pray that.
And who else would be there?
That's it.
Yeah.
I pray that don't happen like that. I pray that don't happen, because it would be, his turnout will start. The Gavin turnout would be big on the leftists. The
you
leftist,
think so?
Yes, the leftist people that might sit back because they like Joe Biden ain't fit, would crawl over him to go for Gavin. Yes, I do. We don't support no Gavin Newsom, but that don't mean the left people would.
I think his supporters would be even more, outstanding than.
And that's what he said. And that would be a dogfight. Somebody, Sal said, unfortunately, Gavin would cook Trump in a debate nowadays. Gavin is fire at the game. See, that would be a tough one, because Trump is great, but then when you're trying to go against Gavin, that's almost like Vivek trying to come in a little bit and have you trying to debate. You know what I'm saying? It's I think between those two, I wouldn't want to see them to debate, but I feel like Trump will cook, but
Trump will have to tighten up his game.
It will have to be.
His people would truly need to give him some.
It would have to.
That was my foot. My bad.
It will have to be Vivek tight to go if he goes against Gavin. I do feel like that.
Oh yeah. By the way, they talked about. What did I see today? I think it was on Benny's show where he talked about is Vivek the VP.
He said Gavin is like opening a new club spot. Folks going to go because it's new.
If Benny is going to be not Benny, I'm sorry, scratch that. If Vivek is going to truly be the VP pick.
Oh yeah. They've been talking about, man, that just keeps coming back with Vivek. And I think
he even mentioned Nikki Haley. I was like, Nikki Haley, where are they saying that? Vivek, people didn't want her.
Vivek would be perfect, especially if they talking about a Gavin. So but Vivek would be perfect.
Well, he would help him prepare for sure.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. You need another young, strong speaker if you're going to have a debate, because you're going to need somebody who's going to really have to prime your topics and your conversation, your arguments, your debates. You're really going to need that. We're really going to need that.
Yeah. Well, that's who we were saying would be a very, very solid choice. Vance. I think Scott, is that his name? Vance was the other, has been noticed and has been in the top 3. They mentioned, it was mentioned for Trump to be, for his VP. But when I heard Nikki Haley, I was like, wait a minute. I know we're not going down that road. Huh. I thought Trump, please don't go that route.
Yeah, Vivek would smoke Gavin, but Gavin, it wouldn't be Vivek on the front of the screen debating. We would need Vivek to be priming Trump for the debate with Gavin. If that happens, we need all cylinders fired to come at Gavin, because Gavin would come with the whole charismatic and I'm youthful and all, and some people like me, and it'd be a whole thing, especially from the left. Oh my God, it's going to be like Obama again with Gavin and the left.
JD Vance. Yes. Thank you, Natalie. Did I say Vance Scott? Tim Scott. Right. JD Vance. I just know the Vance for sure.
JD Vance.
Yeah. I hadn't done much. No, he was a senator. So we have not done much.
Debbie Harkness.
Vivek would be the perfect choice doing Blinken's job, right?
Blinken? What movie
isn't going to pick Nikki as VP? I hope he doesn't. But when I heard him say that,
Blinken
I was like,
Spaceballs?
I'm like, please, she cannot be in the pick. She cannot be in the select.
Where I heard somebody say Blinking, was that Spaceballs? What did that come off of? That was off a movie.
I don't know about Spaceballs.
But let's
You're just talking about Gavin, Pelosi's nephew. I heard.
I don't think you. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it'd be cool if it's Carson, but if you're gonna, it depends. It depends. It depends.
I like him.
But Trump said he said that his VP was going to be at the debate, and Vivek was there. Who else was there?
I don't know.
It was some others. I think there was some others there, but you need somebody. You need young and strengthful against another young and strengthful.
And what Trump did say in the interview that he had here recently, he said that he needed someone that was going to be fortified for the position, that if anything happened to the president, he can do the job as the president. And, I feel like Vivek would do a great job. Tim Scott or Ben Carson, I just don't think so. I'm not as confident in them as I am in Vivek.
Yeah. Okay.
But this was good.
This is good.
This was good, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out and chopping it up with us about the debate. I'm looking forward to the next one. We know, and I'm hoping that his advisors, Trump's advisors, is going to give him some tips about the key issues and answering those questions first, and then cutting up Janky Joe, because he was
Janky Joe.
He was giving some
people be quoting that Janky Joe.
He said, what did he say? He said, I don't know what he just said. And I don't even think what you just said either. And I'm like, Joe, sit yourself down.
Oh, now I was like, if Joe get the fumbly mumbly like he normally do, I was like, because I was looking at when Joe was fumbling, I said, okay, fumbling is one thing when everybody ain't watching. Like when it's normally when Joe is at these events and he's talking and speaking, he fumbles, but everybody ain't dialed in like it's the Super Bowl. When Trump and Biden debate, that's like more like the Super Bowl. Everybody can see what they might not have noticed what was going on. And that's why you start seeing people saying, oh, that looked terrible. Like, and you go on platforms and apps and social media, you start seeing people going there and like, look at this dude. And I'm like, y'all just don't know because y'all ain't been looking at Joe Biden the whole time. We've been seeing how he been.
Even on a small group, you shouldn't be stumbling. Now, if you're the president, your back need to be standing strong and you need to be up on your A game. So hopefully the next one, guys.
Yep.
I want Trump to answer those topics, questions, a little bit better first, then the rhetoric. And we're going to see if Joe is going to be able to hang for the second one. If they're going to slide somebody else in. What if Joe couldn't? They came up with a real excuse and they pulled him out at the last minute and then they slid Gavin in. That'd be slick. But I don't put nothing past the blue side. I really don't, because what we've been seeing all this time has been just unbelievable.
It's been unbelievable. All right, y'all. We're going to give y'all Fridays back. We just want to jump on with these topics, stuff going on, and they just keep going on. And they're going to uptick to another level. We're going to be having this conversation. You're going to be like, Sibo said it. He called it. All right, man.
See you guys soon. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Thanks for all of your support. Subscribe to the channel. Share this video. And we'll see you on the next one.
2024. Be more.
Talk less.
We'll see you on the next one, man.
Yeah.